Hello everybody. I am making this video in reference to an event that occurred yesterday. So, since I started talking about the things that I've been talking about as it pertains to the Black community, especially Black women, I've been met with a little bit of resistance and some animosity from those who listen. Gratefully, I've been met with a lot of support and love from people who understand what I'm trying to do. However, yesterday I made a status that said, I did the best I could does not translate into I was a good mother. And someone posted, she felt like I was bashing the good mothers when in all actuality, we all know about generalizations. You're talking about who you're talking about. Obviously, excuse me, particular issues don't affect an entire group of people. But in our case, dysfunction, abuse is something that, excuse me, affects our community by the majority. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like a lot of people want to face that, especially when you have to look into the mirror and you have to confront your part in that. Anyway, since I started this platform, never have I once said I was perfect. And the whole point in me getting on this platform is to say, ladies, we are not perfect. There are some things that we need to face. And we've been lied to and have been lying to ourselves, and it's destroying our communities. And unfortunately, as much as I would like to be positive and uplifting, that just feeds the lie. And we need to be honest with ourselves. And I feel like it's my responsibility as a Black woman and a mother to 3 little girls and now a little boy to do something about it. Anyway, like I said, since I started this platform, never once have I proclaimed to be perfect. Anytime someone says, hey, we need more women like Kellie, I make a point to point out, hey, I'm not perfect. I've not always been the woman that I am today. I had to be worked on. I used to be the type of woman that I talk about. And something happened in my life in which I had to look in that mirror and face the pain of my childhood and things that I'd been through. So the person who made the post, she decided to go ahead and release some of my personal information. And it was hurtful. She wasn't doing it from a place of, hey, we make mistakes. We need to do better. She intentionally posted that to hurt me. And I'm making this video to say, yes, you hurt me, but you did not shame me. And you most certainly won't stop me from talking about the issues in our community. If anything, you're making me double down on that. Because me talking about a particular issue shouldn't be, excuse me, more important than what the issue I'm talking about, okay? When I was 21, I cheated on my husband. We got married when we were 18 and 19 years old. I knew exactly what a real man was. I knew exactly what a husband's supposed to be. And I knew nothing about being a wife or a real woman. And because I didn't know what it means to be a wife and a real woman, I felt like he wasn't good enough for me. And because he wasn't good enough for me, I could treat him however I wanted. In doing so, I broke my covenant with my husband, and I almost lost him because of who I was. I was a bitch. I was evil. I did everything I could to belittle him because I had this false sense of superiority and thinking that I knew everything he was supposed to be, but I never took responsibility for who I was supposed to be. But I do now. And I have for years, the last few years actually. I am so blessed and so lucky to have a husband who has forgiven me. And for this person to say the things that she said in an effort to shame my husband for forgiving me made me more angry than anything. If we proclaim that the reason why the community is the way that it is because of lack of fathers, you're going to try to shame my husband for staying with me, for forgiving me after I've repented and seen the error in my ways. I made this video so I can just put it out there and I can be free. Now that you know the worst thing about me, this is what I've done. You can judge me however you please, and that is fine. I accept that. However, I realize that there's a problem within the Black community, especially amongst Black women. And as I said previously in the video, I feel like I have a responsibility to do something about it. And my way of doing something about it is pointing out where we've been deluded and lied to so we can fix it. So I hope you all listen to this video. If you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's great. And I hope it gives you a more insight into who I was, and hopefully the things that I do and the things that I say give you better insight into the woman I've become and will become. And hopefully we can do better. We can be better for our children and their children, and be better for ourselves, because we're important too. Have a good night.